Hello friends, welcome to Squared Plans. I'm Stephanie and today we're going to be setting up our horizontal planners for the last week in April. And I've got some papers here ready to go, as well as some sticker books which I'll pull from. This is the last week of the April Plannable Challenge, and this week's theme is One Book Wonder. So if you'd like to participate, go ahead and post your spreads up on Instagram using the hashtag PlannableApril2022. We'd love to see what you come up with. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and lay down some wax paper and get started on this guy. I definitely did some pre-planning on this one because I had an idea in mind and wasn't exactly sure how to execute it. Before I started this, I kind of worked out how I was going to build it and did a little sample, which you can see there on the spread. I wanted to do an insert of sorts, but like one that was attached to the pages themselves, and then actually use that as extra planning space for the week. So I decided to take some scrapbook paper that I had in my stash. I think it's a maybe 8x8 size sheet. And then I just basically cut it in half down the center, and then I also scored it about the width of the lines on my spine, to cover the holes. So on each side I'm just doing a light score so I can bend it at that point. I'm using my precision cutter for both of these applications. That is a really good tool for this because you can go real light and do the score very easily, and if you push super hard you can cut through the paper at the same time, so just got a little bit of versatility there. I tried some different sizes and I decided on the size you see me doing here. It covers about a little over half of the page when I put it down, and then I'm cutting the angles of the kind of rectangle that I had there on the bottom and the top like flaps, so it looks like the book is half open away from you. I just thought that would be a really good look and be able to achieve what I wanted it to do, which was to look like a book there on the spread, but also give me plenty of usable space to plan in. I also decided to use some lined paper from my Happy Planner paper stash to cover the back and to do a little extraness at the top so it looks like some open pages, which you'll see. So I just trimmed 3 of the sides from the kind of stenciled book there I had, and at the top I did almost like a rounded arc, and you'll see I will kind of make that into some pages being open in the back. So the arc is not quite smooth, but I wanted to make sure that I touched all the way into the spine and almost to the edge of the book cover, if you will. Now I'm just kind of sizing them, making sure that they fit pretty well. They're not perfect, but it's a pretty good fit, and I can trim them out too if I need to. Just going to go ahead and erase some of the pencil marks I had there on the sheet and glue these down. I decided to do the lined paper in particular because I wanted, again, to make it usable space, and I thought that that would be the easiest way instead of drawing my own lines. I'm also slightly rounding the corners a bit just so it has a nice clean look and isn't too, sharp looking. So I've glued down the first one, and like I said, I'm just trimming out anywhere where it sticks out or isn't a perfect fit. And that's just regular writing paper, so it's kind of lightweight, but the blue cover is definitely like a cardstock, a heavier weight, and you'll need some kind of cardstock if you're going to do this, just so that it's a little bit easier to build out and control when you actually use it. So I've trimmed them out, I've got the backing on each, and now I'm going to do that little bit of extra I mentioned and kind of draw in some book pages, so it gives a little bit more of an illusion of an open book. So I'm just using my friction marker here, it's like a fine liner, and I'm doing that just so that I can erase, and it's a nice black, but the black is super light, so it's almost like a darker gray. I liked that a lot better than trying to draw in black fine liner lines like from my Micron, because it was going to be pretty easy to mess it up, and then and then you know would have these big dark lines to have to fix. So I really liked the subtle gray lines a lot better and the ability to erase. And since this is a navy book, decided I wanted to have just a tinge of navy on the pages to help it not be so white on the background and kind of stand out from resting on top of the other pages. So I just used my blender brush, my smaller one from Michaels, and some Crayola markers, kind of mixed the colors to get a better navy color to match the book, and then just lightly kind of brushed it on top of the top half there where the pages are. And I think that worked out really good. It kind of really helped it pop up off of the white. So like I said, I did some pre-planning on this because I really wasn't sure how to make it work. And I pulled a bunch of these kind of star-like strips from my Mega Rainbow sticker book. Each one of these I just thought would match well with the other stickers that I plan to use from the Bookish sticker book. So I am trimming out the edges of the pages using these stickers and overlapping them a bit, but for the most part just trying to make a continuous, almost like a rainbow border all the way around the spread. And almost done with that here. I also grabbed a few of these square box stickers from Anna Bean's Spring Florals book, and I had some from the Mega Rainbow book as well. The rainbow ones that you're going to see me place here, those ones are from the Bookish sticker book, and that's really where I got a lot of the color inspiration from for this spread. And right now I'm just trying to figure out how it will look with the pages closed, since that's a majority of the time how the spread will be seen. And just trying to play around with where the placement of the boxes will be and the overlap and what looks good and what doesn't. I'm not really liking that the quote is half covered at the bottom, so I'm just going to try to see if there's something else I want to do here. Let me try maybe moving one of these guys down and seeing if I like that better. And I do. I like that it's somewhat symmetrical there with the rainbow boxes on the top and the bottom kind of sticking out, but the other ones I can stick underneath the book so you won't see those. I'm also kind of working in a rainbow pattern, so I want to keep the light colors next to each other so it matches up with those rainbow feels from that Bookish sticker book. I also have this strip sticker that says read, love, and I think maybe laugh. I'm just using that for a little bit of extra decor in some areas. I liked the type treatment on that, and again more of the rainbow colors. I have some more here, so I'll see if I can bring it in other places. Not sure really. I kind of like it in the top and the bottom here. A little bit longer strips, but let's see. I don't know. Well, let's save those for now, see what else we might want to do here. I saw these little flagged stickers from the bookish, and this one says no shelf control. No shelf control, which I thought was cute. And I'm going to use that to kind of, again, give that illusion of the book. I need to put a little bit more design here on the inside of the book so that I can have something pretty to look at when I'm using it for my weekly checklist, is what I think I'll probably use it for. So many of those activities that I need to do for the week that I don't have room for, or that don't have a specific day I need to do them on, I'll put them in this little insert that I'm creating. So I think that's a good start. I'm a little worried about going overboard with the design, so let's just go ahead and get this stuff down, and then we'll see if I need to add more to it. It's a fine line sometimes when you're building out a design. It's pretty easy to do too much, and so I'm trying just to keep it so that it's good to look at, but maybe not too overwhelming. Plenty of functional space. And just finishing out this side. Maybe trim off this guy a little bit. That works. I'm going to move on to the other side. And I totally forgot to trim the orange strip on this one, but that's okay. I don't think it really stands out at all, but the other one was trimmed and I didn't trim this one. And then I'll start laying down those boxes, trying to figure out exactly where I want to put them. I was really worried about the overlap of the book when I was trying to figure things out, because I didn't want things to be half covered. So it's going to be a little bit weird in some areas when I'm done with this, because I'm sure there'll be like checklists or things like that sticking out from behind the book. But as far as the regular decor, I just really wanted it to be kind of clean and balanced, and I think this did the trick. So let's go ahead and actually put this book down. And so I need to kind of reinforce the fold a little bit. While I was doing that, I realized that I need to move the sticker in so it's not covered. So I'll do that. And now I'll just figure out the hole placement, where exactly I want it. And I'm going to use my disc punch for this one, my power punch from We Are Memory Keepers. It's a really good single punch that goes through pretty much any material you can throw at it. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that, since this is a little bit heavier cardstock, and my Happy Planner punch does terrible with anything thick. And then it has like a little guide to make it easy to line up the holes. And then I'm using some Tombow glue runner to secure it to the spine. And you can kind of see what I was going for there. So I can actually use the inside of the book, but it's going to be a permanent attachment to the spine of this spread. And just finishing up there in the last hole. Again, needed to move that sticker in so that it doesn't get glued down, if you will, on the inside. looks good. Let's go ahead and grab that sticker. And I thought about doing some cover treatment, but I really didn't want to mess this up. But like, you know, drawing in a cover maybe in my white pen or something, that could be really cute and kind of take this spread up a notch if you are so inclined to be artistic and really make this look more like a real book, maybe your favorite book. So I've done this, and now I'm going to pull some markers for checklists. Originally I was thinking I would use stickers, but I really didn't have the right stickers to make this happen, so I think the markers will do the trick. And I'll go ahead and try to match up the colors to what I have here on the spread, try to even everything out with my stash. Real excited about the new mild liner colors that just came out. I've always had to use my Friction pink highlighter in place of any of the ones for my mild liners because mild liner for the longest time didn't have a good pink tone, soft pastel pink, but they do now. So I can't wait to pick up a new pack of mild liners for that. And they also got some nice neutral colors, soft yellow. I'm really excited. So if you hadn't heard, there are some new colors coming from the mild liner collection from Zebra, and hopefully it'll be available widely soon. I know a lot of people are getting theirs on special Japanese sites and haven't really had that ambition to track them down at this point, but yeah, once I kind of start seeing them maybe like on Amazon or JetPens or something, I'll pick some up. And I've laid in pretty much my checklist there in rainbow style of colors again. And now I'm just trying to figure out if I want to do anything else. I love this spread, but I don't want it to feel kind of too boring. And again, it's always a fine line. I don't want it to be also too overwhelming. So I decided at the last minute just to add a little bit of, I don't know, like a confetti spray, a little bit of calling to the border with the kind of confetti stars that are in the border strips, and just add some in here with my mild liners. So I'm going to go ahead and do that and see if I like it. And I think once I started getting it in, it really helped add a little extra oomph to the spread. I'm also, as I'm putting in these dots, putting a lot more next to the box and then spacing them out more and more the further away I get from the box. So that's kind of a technique I use most of the time when I do a confetti style of pinning, you know, when I put in confetti by hand. And it tends to give you the right illusion of, you know, something falling or spraying out versus something being just like a clump. So keep that in mind if you're going to do this yourself. And once I'm done with that, you guys, we will be done, friends. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up down below. Go ahead and leave me a comment too if you'd like to get in touch. And think about subscribing to my channel if you haven't already, if you'd like to see more of my videos. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And we'll see you next time. Bye.